The Uncle Sam Bikeway is a 3.1-mile-long rail trail that travels from Middleburg Street to Northern Drive in Troy, New York. Parking can be found on most roads near Middleburg Street, though times and availability vary.
The southern end of this trail is right at the corner of 8th Street and Middleburg Street. And if you look right across from the trailhead down here, you'll notice the brick building doesn't really look like much of anything anymore. But for anyone interested in railroad history, that's actually the old B+M Roundhouse.
After checking out the Roundhouse, it's off to the trail, which begins by heading north, parallel to 8th Street.
As you're walking along, you'll come to this. It looks like a little culvert, tunnel, bridge type deal. There's see a car going across. Now, to me, this obviously looks like it was built after the railroad's heyday. But, as you can see over there, there are some old abutments, which makes me believe that maybe there was a bridge here at one point. Here we go, the little tunnel. Come on, Aries. Good girl. Lead the way, little girl. Aries and I are now getting to a little fenced area. Sounds like there's some water over there. Guess we'll go check it out and see what it is. So there, as you can see, is actually a little waterfall. Unfortunately, some people have left some trash down there. That's a debris catcher, so that big debris doesn't come down and wash out the culvert here. But that's a cool little pretty spot there. What do you think, girl? Aries doesn't care.
The trail continues along the semi-wooded path with trees on the right and some buildings on the left.
As you can see down beside us, there looks to be a large park. You can see some parking areas across the way.
This is Knickerbocker Park, which is located about 1 mile from the southern starting point.
So it looks like if you're wanting to hike this trail on a day that the park down there is open, you could probably park there and just climb up this little hillside and then continue on your way. Come on, girl. Uh-oh. Feels like it's starting to rain a little bit. Yeah, it's turned into a nice little downpour out there. That little girl. Aries and I are just waiting it out in the woods. It's still getting a little water in here, but not as bad as if we were down there. That's also why it's important to have a bag with you that you can put your camera into for waterproofing.
Once the rain tapered off, we were on our way again.
This here is an important lesson. That being, despite what forecasters call for, the weather has a mind of its own and at any moment could just start downpouring on you. So, realize it's a calculated risk.
About a mile beyond Knickerbocker Park, you'll arrive at Gurley Avenue and the official parking area for the trail.
I hear a train. The parking lot behind us at Gurley Street is the only official parking area of this trail, but there's plenty of street parking along most of the trail. You might have to walk a little bit. As you can see here, it's just woods on either side, but you can obviously hear the hustle and bustle of the city right over there. Just also be aware that the street parking is different times for different streets. For instance, one of the spots I parked, it said no parking from 1 to 3 on Mondays. So before you park anywhere, make sure you know of the date and time.
As the trail continues, it enters a more wooded section.
One thing I've noticed about this path is that it's not really well marked. That meaning that if you're at that trailhead, there's no sign there specifically saying this is the beginning of the rail trail. What I have seen though is that at road crossings they'll have the generic bike crossing sign, the little green one with the bicycle on it, that warns motorists going by. So that's one way that you can tell where the trail actually is.
As you hike, keep an eye out for the old granite markers. At about 4/10 of a mile beyond that parking area, the trail parallels Cemetery Road briefly before crossing over and continuing on the other side. The trail then enters into another wooded section.
What do you see? See a ghost? Probably. It's right up there is a cemetery.
The trail continues along another 1.10 miles from the parking area before hitting the northern head. Coming down to Northern Drive, you've made it to the official end of the rail trail.
And you can see right across the street there, it's where the line used to continue. And as of right now, this is the end of the road, or the beginning, depending on which side you start from. So at 3.1 miles with a smooth paved surface, this trail is great for anybody wanting to get a nice hike, nice run, train for a 5K, or just take your little pet out for a walk.